All right. So we're going to list all the steps to factoring, and you should follow them in this order. So step number one, rewrite in standard form. Okay. So all of these are if needed. Most of the time, this step you could skip because it probably will already be in standard form, remembering from the highest degree all the way down to the lowest. So that's the first thing we have to do. Rewrite in standard form. Okay. Step two, factor out a greatest common factor. Okay. And sometimes it may just be a, a coefficient, a number. Sometimes it might be a number and a variable or two. And step three, usually you'll have a trinomial. So this is where we're using this, just to give you a hint. And that's basically the process. We'll need to rewrite sometimes into standard form. On today's problems, we'll see a lot of GCFs that we have to factor out. And then we'll have to factor using the cross. Right? Any questions? All right, let's do one. So here's an example. Let's do 2x squared plus 10x minus 28. Go ahead and write that down. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go down this list or steps. Um, 2x squared plus 10x minus 28. Take a look. Is that in standard form? Yeah, we're going from highest exponent down to lowest exponent. So far so good. Didn't have to do that. Next step, step two, factor out a GCF. 2x squared, 10x, 28. Is there a common number or number and variable I can divide up? You notice too? They're both even. They're all even terms. Okay. So I can factor out just a 2, not an x, because this last term doesn't have any x's. So let's divide out 2 from all of these. So let's see. 2 divides out of 2x squared. What do we get? Squared. We got positive 10x. Divide out. We get positive. We got negative 28. Divide out of 2. You get. So let's write down what we have now. We factored out a 2. And then in parentheses, we've got x squared plus 5x minus 14. Okay? So there, we factored out a GCF. Let's look at the last step. Factor the trinomial. So to factor the trinomial, we're going to have to see if there's anything that works here. Negative 14 here, 5 there. Are there two numbers that multiply to negative 14 that add up to 5? 7 and negative 2. So that means this does factor. It factors to this. Well, the 2 stays there, but then we get two binomials. X is here, and we have plus 7 and minus 2 from here. And that is our answer. Two times x plus 7, 2 times x plus 7 times x minus 2. Any questions? All right. We'll do like 3 of these. I'm trying to give you all the levels of difficulty this might come in. Okay. Everybody ready? You still see a few people. Yes. All right. Let's do number 1. Okay. So let's see. Negative 15x minus 50 plus 5x squared. Okay, write that down. And we're just going to run through it. Starting with our first step. Do I have to rewrite this in standard form? Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. So let's see. Let's start with 5x squared has to be first. What comes after 5x squared? So then minus 50 is the last one. Okay, now it's in standard form. If this was a problem like on Delta or in a book, I would probably just wouldn't even copy it this way. I just make sure it's in standard form. Okay, it's in standard form. Can we take out a GCF? 5. 5 comes out. So let's pop out the 5. And so 5 divides out. So this is x squared. 5 into negative 15 is negative 3x. 5 into negative 50 is negative 10. Okay, did I do that correctly? Okay. So now we have 5 parentheses x squared minus 3x minus 10. Let's see. Factor the trinomial. Is that going to happen? Is there something here that multiplies to negative 10 that adds up to negative 3? Yeah, that works. So 5x minus 5 x plus 2. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, the next two, we're going to factor out not only just a coefficient, a number, a constant basically. We're going to factor out a number and a variable. So number 2. All right, here we go. 26x squared what do we got? Minus 2x cubed plus 60x. All right. 26x squared minus 2x cubed plus 60x. All right. It's not in standard form, is it? All right. Yeah, what do we have to put up in the front? Negative 2x cubed. Then positive, so plus 26x squared plus 60x. So now that's in standard form. Okay, let's factor out a GCF because we definitely, that is going to happen. We got, let's just look at the numbers, negative 2, 26, and 60. What number pops out? Negative 2. Okay, because the leading coefficient is negative, you do want to factor out a negative 2 so that the coefficient on what's left is positive. So negative 2 divides out. Anything else? We got x cubed, x squared, and x. Just x. So the whole thing, the whole coefficient that, or the GCF that pops out is negative 2x. We're going to divide that out of each term. So let's do it. So if I take out negative 2x here, what do I have? X. Well, x squared, yeah. Yeah, we take one of the x's, so it's now x squared. Divide negative 2x from 26x squared. Well, it's going to go from positive to negative. 2, 26 divided by 2 is 13. X squared divided by x is x. All right. Now let's do the same thing for 60x divide out negative 2x. It's going to go from positive to negative. It goes from 60 divided by 2 is, and then since we divided out an x, we don't have an x term there. So now this is what we have. Negative 2x, parentheses, x squared minus 13x minus 30. Okay. Well, let's see if we can factor this. Let's see, we've got negative 30 and negative 13. Let's see. Anything work there? Two numbers that multiply to negative 30 add up to negative 13. Negative 15 and 2. Let's try these values. Okay. And so we've got negative 2x. And then this factors into x minus 15 and x plus 2. And that's our answer. Okay, last one. Ready? Okay, this is the last one. I'm going to just write it down. Negative 4x to the 4th minus 2. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Minus 4x cubed plus 168x squared. Okay, well, let's take a look. Is it in standard form? 4, 3, 2, yeah. Okay, so that means, let's see what GCF comes out of this. And make myself some room here. I should have put the 4 or the 3 up here. Okay, now we're better. Negative, I got negative 4x squared, negative 4x cubed, and 168x squared. What coefficient number comes out? Negative 4. Yes, 168 does divide by 4. X to the fourth, x to the third, x squared. What's the most x's I can take out? X squared. So we're taking out negative 4x squared. Okay, so let's divide that out of all of this. Okay, so negative 4x to the fourth, I'm dividing out negative 4x squared. That becomes x squared. Negative 4x cubed, I'm taking out negative 4x squared. That becomes x to the just x. 1x or just x. Okay, so far so good. Negative or positive 168x squared. Let's divide out negative 4x. Negative 42, yeah. 168 divided by negative 4 is negative 42. X squared divided by x squared, you get rid of your variables. So now we have this. And now let's see if we can factor the trinomial with negative 42. And this becomes 1. So what kind of numbers multiply to negative 42 and add up to 1? 7 and negative 6. Multiply to negative 42, add up to 1. So now we got our final answer. Negative 4x squared, x plus 7, x minus 6. And that's our final answer. Okay. So today we're going to do the work on this in delta. Just send you.